Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my July 2016 favorites. We are well and truly into August. Hopefully I will this time actually upload this video on time, unlike last month's, which went up like halfway through the month and July was nearly there. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I've got a couple of things that I want to share with you this month that I have been enjoying over the past couple of weeks. The Too Faced Born This Way foundation I have really been using quite a lot over the probably more towards the beginning of July. Foundation is a holy grail foundation for me. The shade that I'm now using it in is golden. When I initially did the review I was using the shade sand, but as I mentioned in that video, sand was a little bit beige for me, so it made me kind of give me a slight white cast over my face, so I'm now using the shade golden. Unfortunately it's still not yellow enough for me, but I think I just about get away with wearing it. But I've really been loving this, and I will link my review to the video that I did on this one below for you guys. And carrying on with the Too Faced the Born This Way concealer, which I reviewed quite recently. The shade that I'm showing it to in is medium. It's not too dark, but it's light enough as well that gives me a nice bright under eye look. Will I repurchase this? Probably not, because my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer is still to me absolutely perfect. So I am in that whole school of thought that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When this does finish, then I won't obviously repurchase it, but that's not to say that this is a bad foundation. I've done a review on this, sorry, concealer. I have done a review on this, which I will link below for you guys, but I have been enjoying using this for pretty much the past couple of weeks, or ever since I got it. Now, this is an oldie but a goodie. It's the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. It's like this, and the shade that I've got it in is 7.0. I think, if memory serves correctly, I did do a review on this way back when, and in that time I used a different shade. I think it was 6.5, and again I think my skin tone has either slightly changed, or because we're in summer it's a bit up and down. I mean, it's hot one day, it's not hot one day, it's sunny one day, so that's just London weather for you. It's never really that predictable. But I do find that the shade 7.0 has been a almost perfect match for me. It's what I'm wearing today, and I've been loving using this throughout the summer. I've used this very consistently since I first bought it. It gives a really nice natural feel to the skin. It's like not matte, but it's kind of demi matte, but it's still not sticky. It lets my skin breathe, or it feels as if it's breathing. It's not cakey, and gives a really nice medium to buildable coverage. So I've really been loving using this. And carrying on with Urban Decay is the All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. Now, I initially had the Chill Makeup Setting Spray, which to me was okay, and then the last time I was in Debenhams and I bought something which I will show you in a minute, one of the guys gave me a tiny little tester of this one, the all-nighter one. I used this and I was just like, that's it, I can't use anything else. The Chill one was okay, but it wasn't anything like noticeable to me. Like, my makeup didn't really seem to look any different throughout the day, that sort of thing. But when I started using this, and especially because in London at the moment it's still quite hot, it's very humid, I've been in all kinds of different conditions, from traveling on the underground tube where it gets up to 40 degrees down there in the heat, because the tube network is so old, and most of the tube does not have air conditioning, so your makeup will literally start to melt. And being outside in the sun and that sort of thing, and this one has really kept my makeup in place, so I'm really happy that I got this, and I will definitely repurchase this one. Something that I showed you guys last month in last month's favorites, and it is still a favorite in this month video, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss set for summer 2016. I've been using all of these quite consistently throughout the month. These are amazing to use over liquid lipsticks, which is what I've generally been doing. Once or twice I have worn them on their own. They are quite pigmented, they're non-sticky, they've got an amazing smell, and I love the fact that you still get colour, but you don't get that nasty stickiness that you get with, like, for example, MAC lip glosses, which are super sticky. So I've really been loving using these. Another favourite of mine this month has been the Sleek Colour Correcting Palette, which I did a review and demo on recently, which I'll link below for you guys. It looks like this. Has got all the different shades in the colour correcting spectrum. I do find that this is actually pretty good. I've used it quite a few times. I'm still again using it today. I've still got darkness under my eyes, unfortunately. I'm not getting enough sleep, and I think I've got too much bullshit going on in my life right now, so I get a bit of stress, and then that kind of affects my skin as well. So I've found that I've been reaching for this quite a bit, so I am very, very happy with this, and I will again link the review along with the demo for you guys below. It is quite long. I do apologize. When I tend to do longer videos, there's a reason that is long, and believe me, I have cut it down as much as possible, and everything that you see, I feel that it needs to be there. I like to be quite thorough with certain reviews. The Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops that everyone and anyone loves, and the shade that I'm showing it to you in now is the shade Sunlight. I think in my last month's video I showed Candlelight. Candlelight is too dark to use as a highlighter for my medium tone skin. In MAC, I'm an NC40. You've seen what I am in the other shades. I'm smack bang right in the middle of the colour spectrum. That shade Sunlight is just... it's a bronze. It's more of a goldy bronze, so it kind of is too dark to use as a highlighter for my skin. This one, on the other hand, I love it, and a little bit goes such a long way. I'm sure you've seen in previous videos of mine, sometimes my highlight is just like, whoa. I mean, sometimes you guys do seem to forget I've got a massive ring light in front of me, so any light or light reflecting product on my face is going to bounce off of it and make it look like it's even more like on crack than it actually is. What have I got stuck to my hand? I've got glitter glue stuck to my hands because I've got glitter in my eyes. So I'm just going to swatch this for you so you can see. So this is what it looks like. It's such a gorgeous ivory goldish sort of highlighter. It's amazing liquid highlighter. I love this. I'm gonna have to admit that this is probably my favorite lipstick of the month, of maybe the past 2-3 months. Actually, I don't think I've had a lipstick that I've worn as much as I have worn this one, and this one is one of the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquefied Matte Long Wear Lipsticks, basically a liquid lipstick, and it's called Bend and Snap. For those of you that don't know, Legally Blonde, watch it. Where have you been? How can you be like Pink and you've never seen Legally Blonde? Reese Witherspoon, oh my god, growing up. Actually, when did that come out? She is a little bit older than me. I must have been in my early 20s. I was studying law at the time. Oh yeah, and I was like, oh my god, a pink lawyer, and it was so exciting. Anyway, the reference Bend and Snap is from the film. You know, when you're trying to attract a guy, you drop something on the floor, you bend down, pick it up, and you snap back up. It's so cheesy, but that's where the name comes from. And this is what I'm wearing on my lips today. There's a fly in my room. Aside from the fact that I love the colour so much, the quality of this liquid lipstick is excellent. I barely find it sticky at all, and I think I've actually over applied it today, which is why it's a little bit more sticky than it normally is. One layer means no stickiness. The shade lasts all day long. There's no bleeding, there's no feathering, there's maybe just a little bit comes off in the middle, and that's probably towards about hour 10, which is understandable. I love this lipstick. It's such a flattering shade on medium skin tones that just, I've worn it a lot of times. The thing is, I'm always getting new makeup, always new lipsticks. It's very rare for me to wear something more than once because I'm always trying out something new. This one, I've worn it at least 5-6 times this month, so that is saying a lot. And my second favourite lipstick, because as much as I show favourites every month, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a favourite for the next month or something that I'm going to repurchase. But this one is from the Urban Decay Vice lipstick collection. Urban Decay released a massive collection of lipsticks, permanent lipsticks, in all different varieties of formulas, from matte, super matte, comfort matte, sheer, creamy, glossy. There's just so many of them, and the one that really stuck out to me was this one, and it's a comfort matte, meaning it's a moisturizing matte in the shade Backtalk. Now, when I went into Debenhams, it was sold out. When I went to another Debenhams, it was sold out. So I ended up ordering it online, and I really do understand why this is sold out all the time. It is like the most perfect pink nude to wear on especially medium skin tones. It's gorgeous. I think I'm actually going to have to do a tutorial using this because it is that beautiful. Look at that shade, and it is so flattering. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen me wearing this, so you can understand why it's such a gorgeous color. And I've actually been using this with MAC's Well lip liner. It is just the most perfect, not a mauvey pink, but it's like more of a dusky pink. Another repeat from last month's favourite is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I have used this so much over the past month. I still love it. It's an excellent, excellent palette. I can't recommend it highly enough. It is available in the UK as well as from Anastasia Beverly Hills and Sephora. There's loads of places you can buy it. It is a permanent eyeshadow palette, so it isn't something that will ever sell out, so don't worry. If you don't want to get it this month, you can always get it next month or the month after that. It's not going anywhere. But I just really, really love this palette so much. I've done a review of this palette, which I'll link below, and I've also done a makeup tutorial with this palette, which I will also link for you below. Another eyeshadow palette to show you is the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow in the Holy Grail palette. Now, I have the Drenched Metal palette, which I've already shown you guys. That one is okay. It's not amazing. It's not something I reach for on a regular basis. But this one, I absolutely love it. And thank you very much, Snapchat family, for finally telling me when it was available on beautybay.com, because every time it was available, wherever it was there or Cocktail Cosmetics, it was always sell out. And I was just like, am I that keen? I'm not really that bothered. But then a couple of you guys told me and I was like, let me get it. It was actually cheaper on Beauty Bay than it was on Cocktail Cosmetics by quite a bit, actually. I don't know why. This is what it looks like. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. I love the fact that there is a nice equal mix of mattes and shimmers. It reminds me quite a lot of the Anastasia Beverly Hills a Modern Renaissance palette, actually, in terms of the shades. Very warm colours, berries and neutrals, mixes of shimmers and mattes and metallics. Now, I've been so busy recently that I have literally not had a chance to do a haul video for you, because I have obviously been continuously buying makeup. And one company that I've never bought any makeup from before, and therefore haven't had a chance to give you my thoughts on it, is a company called Lipland Cosmetics. Now, I think at the moment all they sell is lip products, and the reason they've become so famous is because of Amrezy on Instagram has previously done collaborations with them for liquid lipsticks. And I've always been quite dubious when it comes to Instagram stars, YouTube stars doing collaborations with company. Is it about the money or is it about the product? Are you just trying to make money out of people because you're so famous, or are you generally plugging something which is actually really good? Now, the first time she released some liquid lipsticks, they looked great on her, but they always will look great on her, because that's what she's paid to do. She's paid to make the makeup look good, really, so she's not exactly going to put shit makeup pictures up, is she? After time, then she released a couple more, and I thought, you know what, let me give them a go. Let me actually see whether or not they're any good. So I bought 3 of their liquid lipsticks. 2 of them are from the Amrezy collection. The first one is called Montenegro, because that is where Amrezy is actually from. Even though she lives in America, she is Eastern European. Now, the actual tubes themselves are quite frosty, so you can't always necessarily see what the product is inside. And this one is a deep wine shade, and I absolutely love it. Looks like that. It lasts really beautifully on the lips all day. It does tend to fade in the middle because it is one of those dark, bloody almost shades, which unfortunately will start to wear off in the middle first and not leave the most flattering look on the lips, so you will have to retouch it. And another one from her collection is called Baked, and this one is a really nice kind of a nudie pink shade, but it's more of a like a yellowy pinky shade, and it's nude enough that it doesn't give that whole settling within the lines of your lips, that flaked, crackly, gross looking look that you get from nude liquid lipsticks. This one is just about good enough, and it really works well as an everyday shade. Now, out of all 3 of the ones that I got, this one is probably my favourite. This one is not part of the Amrezy collection, it's just a general one by Lipland Cosmetics called Nirvana. I love this shade. I've worn it more than once, which again means it's a favourite. It is a gorgeous bright pink shade, but with a hint of mauve to it, so it's still quite a vibrant shade. And I've really, really been loving using this with pastel eyes and pastel cheeks. Now, I know a couple of you guys have been interested in what my thoughts are of the new Colourpop Ultra Metallic liquid lipsticks. I did get 4 of the newest ones that have come out. They have come out with some other ones since then, one of which I've got on its way to me, so I'm not too sure about that one yet. Now, I know a lot of people have not liked these liquid lipsticks. Unfortunately, I am going to have to agree with them. I think I'm going to have to do a separate review video on these, otherwise I will end up going on a bit too much about them. Now, out of the 4 that I got, I do have 2 which are my favourites out of the 4, and that is just purely down to the fact that the colour looks so nice. That is no reflection of the quality of the liquid lipstick. The fact that after it wears off throughout the day, it just leaves a stain of glitter all over your mouth. And they are quite sheer, so you have to build them up. And when you have to build them up, that obviously means the stickier they're going to get because they are still liquid lipsticks. So the two shades that I've quite liked are Three Way and Queen. So this is Three Way. And this one here is Queen. And yeah, so I've decided to kind of whack on a regret section at the end of this video. I know it's not often that I do that. I may start doing that a little bit more often, but then sometimes I don't actually have any regrets. This is why I don't. So the other two which I kind of regret getting are Man-Eater and Zebra. They're quite similar in colour in that they're both quite bronzy shades. Man-Eater is more of a golden shade and Zebra is more of a bronzy gold shade. Now the problem is again that they're too sheer. The product doesn't actually stick to the brush properly. It comes off on the brush in clumps. So when you apply it to your lip, you actually apply a clump of product, which you then have to kind of move around and smooth out. The brushes are really, really small and weird, and I just don't get why they've released something so poor. I think that sometimes Colourpop get a little bit ahead of themselves because they are releasing new things on an almost daily basis. Every day I look on Instagram, there's something new, there's something new, there's something new. It's almost as if they're trying to catch up with so many other brands that they're not doing proper quality testing. It's like, chill out. We know you're there. We know now that they even ship internationally. Now you can actually get it direct from Colourpop. If you choose not to use the company that I use, which is MyMallBox, which is an international forwarding company, I will link my video below on how I use them and how I get stuff shipped to me. I hate it when companies release something really, really fast. Everybody hates it. And then 3 weeks later, they're like, oh, reformulate. It's like, well, why didn't you just take that extra time to reformulate stuff or do it properly in the first instance instead of like the third, fourth time? That one there is Zebra. That there is the patch of glue. My apologies. And this one here is Man-Eater. Look at how sheer it is. So, so, so sheer. So you can imagine how it translates onto my lips, which are pigmented. And some more regrets, unfortunately, is Colourpop again. Again, it's not like Colourpop to put out such poor quality products, but again, I feel that they have rushed these again. And these are their contour and highlighting sticks. Firstly, the two contouring shades that I got were Yikes and Easy Peasy. Yikes is, I think, for medium skin tones, and it's a warm contour shade, and Easy Peasy is a cool toned one. Now, the first thing is that the packaging itself is naff. It's cheap, and it is cheap. It just comes out like you just wind it up and wind it back down. And the joke is that this one here, I think it's Easy Peasy. I'd never worn it because it didn't used to come up. Now all of a sudden, because I'm filming the video, it's almost as if it's trying to show me up. But it wouldn't actually, I was twisting it and twisting it, and it just wouldn't come up. Now the thing with these is they are quite creamy and easy to blend, but they almost blend out into nothing. And I find that is also the same with the highlighters. The highlighting shades that I've got is Castle and Illuminati. The shade range isn't that huge. Illuminati is really, really white on my skin, and when I blend it out, it just looks like a white cast on my skin. And Castle is a little bit too peach, and it blends out into almost nothing. And Castle is actually broken. It came to me broken, so I'm not impressed with Colourpop with these. And another company that I normally don't whinge about that much is Makeup Geek. So they released a limited edition set of their pigments as foiled duochrome eyeshadows, and I've got a couple of them with me. I don't have all of them with me, but the problem that I found with these, for example, the one I'll show you is Sugar Rush, which is a beautiful duochromy ivory blue shade, which is amazing to use on the tear duct. But when I used it on the lid, it creased. And I have never had any eyeshadows crease on me in years, ever since I've been using primer, especially when it comes to Makeup Geek eyeshadows, which never crease. I even used one of these ones on my cousin when we went to a wedding recently, completely forgetting that it creases. It was this one, Kaleidoscope. It's a blue, an icy blue. And I was looking at her during the wedding. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot that that one creases on you. She was not impressed. So the thing is, I suppose they are limited edition. You can't even buy them again, so I suppose that's one good thing. But they are really, really soft, and they're so buttery soft to the point where they do settle within the creases of your eyes, even with primer. So maybe that needs to be reconsidered at some point if they ever do decide to re-release those ones. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you got any of these things? Are you gonna? Are you not gonna bother? So on my nails, I'm wearing Essie's Naughty Nautical, or Nautical Naughty, something like that. I really love this shade. This is a favourite for this month. That and the fact that I actually managed to get my nail polish neat for a change. These are my own nails, by the way. Grown at home. So yeah, so I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.